How far did your in-laws go to force Anim on your child? When I gave birth to my twins, I honestly thought the hardest part was over two healthy baby girls, Ava and Isla. After a rough C-section, I was wiped but so happy. We'd picked those names months ago, and my husband loved them just as much as I did, but his mom Bernice, she had other plans. From day one, she hated the names and kept saying stuff like, "Girl names don't matter anyway, they'll just change them when they get married," and insisted we name them after her dead brothers James and Robert. We shut that down every time. So there I was, recovering and super drowsy from the meds, while my husband ran home to grab our bags and some food. That's when Bernice made her move. A nurse came in asking about paperwork, and Bernice jumped in, telling her I was too tired and she'd handle it. I just nodded, assuming it was about insurance or something boring. What I didn't know was Bernice had printed out birth registration forms online, filled them out with James Robert Thompson and Robert James Thompson, and handed them over like everything was normal. The nurse filed them with hospital records, and just like that, those names were forwarded to the state. I didn't find out until the next morning when another nurse came in and congratulated me on James and Robert. I thought she had the wrong room, but she showed me the paperwork. My heart dropped. I started crying on the spot. My husband rushed back when I called, and when he confronted his mom, she just shrugged and said, "Those names would have made them strong. Girl names are temporary anyway." We had to fight to fix it, filed a formal name change, got nurses to write statements that I'd never mentioned those names, and submitted texts between me and my husband showing we'd chosen Ava and Isla long ago. It took 6 weeks of calling our daughters by their real names, while their legal documents said something completely different. 6 weeks of explaining the mess to doctors and family, and 6 weeks of Bernice calling nonstop, saying we were ruining their lives. And she didn't stop. She came over with a baby book already filled out for James and Robert, complete with photos and fake birth announcements, and even brought blankets with the wrong names stitched in. That's when my husband lost it. He told her she was banned from seeing the twins until they turned 18. We even filed a police report for identity fraud, though it didn't go anywhere. Finally, when the corrected birth certificates arrived, I broke down crying. Ava and Isla were finally, officially, themselves again. And on their first birthday, I got the sweetest revenge. I threw a huge party with a custom cake that had their real names in big pink letters, took tons of photos, and mailed Bernice a card with the biggest one inside. I wrote, "Happy first birthday to Ava and Ayla, still not James and Robert. Love, your granddaughters whose names you'll never change." She never contacted us again after that.